just try to, make money and give you a hard time living a free life. I don't know their goals for sure. I know it's not correct what they do because I know the law. So the law says if you have someone that does something to you and you want that person to stay and stick around until the police arrives, no one else can come up and kind of tell that person to run, drive away. He said that to her several times, and that's what those two were trying to do. She was constantly driving into my leg. I showed the police how my leg was. These surgical stockings had her bicycle marks on it. Everything screamed, these two did wrong to me. And the police, what did they do? Nothing. And the same with this rubbish bag situation. She was biting me, I saw that later on, and she was probably swearing a lot, and she was also fleeing the place, like walking home. I was all following her home, and then they were lying when they opened the door about the tooth. So all of that screams unfair behavior of these fucking people. So what's the solution? The solution is I'm never ever gonna work. I'm not giving my lifetime to this civilization system. And the other thing is I'm not paying taxes. Anything you don't have to pay in Switzerland, I don't pay. I'm not gonna pay the salary for those people, the streets they drive on. See my anger? So I'm totally relaxed. I go like, okay, they have always been not helpful. So now if I approach them with a cat, what might they do? They might go, well, you harmed the cat. And then, it gets even more ugly. They might take away the cat altogether just because they think I cannot be properly guarding a cat. They aren't, a legal situation is a legal situation. So I won all the legal fights I ever had. There was a neighbor saying that I was doing bullshit with their daughter or son, either, I don't recall. And since I haven't, I had to wait like 3 years whether I would be imprisoned for 3 years maximum, yes or no. And the other thing is, I actually drove without a ticket in the transport system from Zurich. So when I was in court, I told them, my identity card can as well be nicked from me while I was at a party and all the jackets got thrown onto a pile. Someone took my jacket, went and had a, little journey in the official transport system. Then he got checked for a ticket. He didn't have a ticket. And so he showed my ID card. And at that time, this transport system wasn't allowed, and still isn't, to check IDs legally and then they be valid, this checking be valid in court. It had to be the police. So since then, the police always accompanies those people from the transport system. So if there is someone having no ticket, the police checks the ID. So if that one goes saying, I haven't been there, it wasn't me, then they go, oh well, we have checked your ID. And by we mean the police. So we know it was you. So now you pay. So that one is called finding a loophole in the legal system, or being damn lucky, or just not caring a bit about the legal system. So it's not whether you lie in court or not, because you should lie. It's a system. It's not like in real life where you should not lie and be truthful. No, it's a game. So you play that game. So when they kind of deal your cause in court, it's a cause dealing with you, and you gotta kind of free yourself from it to not be in that web that they set up, you know, consisting of law, police, judges, prisons, and then taxes. That's all the web of civilization we live in. The taxes, the urge to live somewhere where the land is owned by someone else, so the house too is owned by someone else, so you gotta pay for living there. I don't recall some African paying for his hut that he built somewhere. So he's free in Africa, but not in Switzerland. So that's the civilization web that the elite created since the Phoenicians. And so they give you so-called security and work and eat. And what you give them is all your lifetime and you'll be a slave. And I'm not doing that. So because I knew all of that and I'm intelligent and I don't want to get caught in all these webs that they have like put up. It's good we have filmed one beforehand. So I thought, let's not approach any of these helicopter guys and then let them hand over the cat to the police and they would get it to the vet in duty, and then that one would just give it lots of injections, castrate it, and then give it a chip and sell it to just anybody. So the cat will never return to me. All these things were in my head, but still I didn't know, oh, it's got this calcivirus, feline calcivirus. I thought it's just stomatitis, just not being able to eat. But it wouldn't change a single thing. All the song titles I'm using today, or lyrics, foreign lyrics, because this virus lasts for 21 days, it says on the web. So for these days the cat won't eat and will have to be fed, or it cannot breathe properly, so some humid air that I offered the cat at night at least would help a lot. So you know, the day it had died, I knew it had pneumonia. So when I was Googling that one as well, I saw, oh, feline calcivirus. Humans got the diarrhea for 2 days, but otherwise it does not really concern humans. But if I touch some other cats now, or someone even hugged me in the valley, they will transmit it to their cat and then that one will have it. So my cat got it from the vet. It's a wild cat. Now you see how angry I am. So why would I go again and give my cat to a vet when they have already done everything bad for it? Like, you gotta show the cat, otherwise we cannot help with the inflamed paw. Yeah, what? Would I go sell the remedy on eBay, huh? Minka, you know the law, that's again this law, this web that kind of catches us and you're not free to think by yourself. The vet wasn't free. He's a slave all throughout his life. So yeah, a free thinking, acting person that doesn't have to react on a law would go thinking, okay, she's got a cat, it's a wild cat, she cannot take it down here probably. The inflamed paw, what does it need? Anti-inflammatory, pain-killing, something. How big is your cat? Okay, measure it yourself. A droplet a kilo, maybe. The vet would, you know, go like this. That would be good for a human to do, because we got a brain. We can't think by ourselves. Yeah. So now you see how pain creates anger, and then playlists like political songs, because by that then you know all about society and all that bullshit, and you go like, you know, that is all wrong. Yeah. You cannot be human in this sort of wrong everything. Now I show you how I carry my jacket. If I don't want to have it around the waist, I go like this. So I'm a pure Viking Valkyrie, if this is the word. Valkyrie, you know, a man woman, a hunter, whatever. Today I'm a bit I'm not sorry, it's okay. Humans have bad days, depressed days, they have angry days, nervous days, or minutes, whatever. So I allow that to be, because I am having these human reactions on things. I'm just seeing some cows and they are on grass, chewing, re-chewing what they ate. It's funny to see the cows you know, seated and all calm. Yeah, I like animals, by the way. I have playlists up. Fly Watch is the newest one. I was having Moth Watch, but that's just like a 3-second video usually. Moths, they come and go. And then I had Bird Watch, like when you feed the birds in winter time, you see a lot of them. And here I got the big black birds, and they were like really, wow, you know. Next spring I will feed them big time, so I will see a lot more of them. Ew! Yeah, so bye for now. I will hitchhike. Yeah, probably. Yes. To a store, then I will get some money there, have a coffee, and then I will hitchhike some more, and I'll buy a blanket. Probably. Yeah, I could have bought it yesterday, but I was like not, you know, I thought like, let's do it in winter time, the blanket might get cheaper. But when I was at home, I went like, well, it actually is a very thick blanket, so that heavy thing would really be a good like top blanket during winter time, and underneath I should have a fluffy one so that air, cold air, can't enter my little abode, the hole that I will create to dwell in. Yeah, so that one would be a good system. So for now, it is goodbye to you from me. Bye bye.